Hey, it's Dan. These pre-rolls can get boring quickly, so I'll be fast. Flop TV is back this September 2025 through February 2026 with all new streaming live shows that you can also see video on demand if you can't make it live. Individual tickets and season passes are available at theflophouse.simpletix.com. That's Tix spelled T-I-X, as well as all the info that is too much to say here. Now, the show.
Hey, folks, it's me, Stuart Wellington of the Flophouse Podcast, and welcome to another installment of a Flophouse Mini. That is our off-week episodes where instead of watching a bad movie and talking about it, we kind of do whatever we want. We've done some silly ones, we've done some scary ones, and we've done some serious ones. And today what we're going to be doing is closer to the serious ones where I am mainly using this as an opportunity to hang out and talk with my two friends. And today we're talking about a weird thing here for the Flophouse. We're talking about movies. So real quick, if this is your first time listening to the Flophouse, I am one of the hosts, and joining me, as always, are
Dan McCoy.
And Elliot Kalin. I didn't know if Dan was going to say and or not.
Elliot was pausing to scroll through his phone for a second.
I just needed to look through the context to remember what my name is.
Yeah. How do I pronounce that again? Elliot?
Elliot,
guys,
I am running for mayor of Los Angeles, as we established in a previous episode. So, Elliot Kalin.
That's canon now.
We've...
Dan, put that cannon down.
Oh, wow. He's carrying it? How strong is Dan?
Very strong.
That's also canon now.
Chalk it up. So, yeah, put it on the whiteboard. So today we're talking about movies, and now there's been a fair amount of talk about lists lately. As always, if you follow the internet,
you remember years
culture,
ago everyone was talking about Schindler's.
That was one of them. Now that The Naked Gun's out, everyone wants to revisit Liam Neeson's other comedy work. So I'm just goofing. It's all
we don't mean it. We don't mean it, everybody. We don't mean it. It's just a joke.
So what we're talking about specifically, I wanted to mention the New York Times recently had a 100 best movies of the last 25 years. And that encouraged a fair amount of debate on the internet. And they even encouraged folks to put together a list of like their 10 favorite movies from the last 25 years, which of course meant I did it quickly without thinking.
Yeah.
But are you familiar with this? Did you read the list or anything?
I didn't read the list because I am in a fight with the New York Times over their increasingly bad coverage of the world.
Well, also that one newsboy keeps waking you up when he throws the newspaper against the door.
Yeah, but I did also, I felt FOMO. I wanted to play, so I did make my own letterbox list of what I would put in that thing.
I saw that they were doing this, and I deliberately did not read it because I thought it would only, also FOMO, it only reminds me of all the movies I've not had a chance to see because of my busy, chaotic life. And so I was like, I bet I'm not even going to have seen half of these. It's just going to make me feel like I'm missing out. So I'm not even going to look at it.
And I didn't read the list, but I did use it as an opportunity to come up with a list of 10 favorites of mine with the additional rules because, why not put more rules on it?
You love rules. You're a gamester.
No more than one entry from any one director, because otherwise it would just be all Lord of the Rings movies and Luca Guadagnino movies.
That's exactly what I've guessed. It would be all Peter Jackson and Luca Guadagnino, and that's it. That's the whole.
Yeah, that's
the
two sides of Stuart. A sensitive guy. I'm basically Samwise, right? I like
you are
a sensitive
Samwise.
Guy who likes going on adventures, but kind of doesn't like going on adventures.
And Dan is he's the Frodo. He's the leader who also is pretty complainy about having to be on this adventure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why me, man? Just because I'm nice enough to be able to hold a ring?
Like, my uncle stole a ring. Now I've got to go to a volcano. What the hell is this? And I'm, of course, Merry and Pippin smashed into one person. Yeah.
That's actually, that tracks.
I'm
glad that's, before any listeners quickly write in and say, Elliot's Gollum, that's not fair.
Only physically. Only as I age am I becoming Gollum, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And,
we're all becoming Gollum.
You're coughing up hairballs.
Confident. He's got no hair. What are you talking about? Gollum is like the least hairy character in the movie.
Yeah, but he's always cough. Like that's kind of what inspired Andy Serkis's like Gollum cough thing.
Was
Was
it that?
hairballs, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Maybe he got it from like eating things with hair.
Yeah, I guess. He's eating little mammals.
I just
Coughing up
assumed he always had
bones?
like fish bones in his throat. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always coughing
Because
up
the
fish
band
bones.
Fishbone wandered into the caverns and he ate them. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So funky. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today. So we're not going to talk about our favorite movies of the last 25 years.
Oh,
that's,
okay.
That's
That was a misdirect.
It's part of the setup, which is going to take roughly half the podcast.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
But
So
we're
this is
also,
like the games that you play, Stu.
Yep. We're still in character creation, boys. We gotta fine tune our character's appearance. So we are also recording this kind of in like the middle of summer. One would call it the dog days of summer. Would you call it that, Dan?
It's not a phrase I usually use in my day-to-day, no.
Cool. Okay.
I would use it, but I would spell days D-A-Z-E.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
The cool way.
So I don't know about you guys, but one thing that I always think about during the summer is going to big summer movies. And that's what we're talking about is we're
Okay.
going to be talking about the big summer movies of the last 25 years.
Okay.
Now, one of the reasons is because I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, I have very fond, like part of what made me love movies was as a kid going to see, I specifically remember at a friend's lake cottage going to see the
Must be
first
nice.
Batman. I mean, it wasn't my lake cottage, it was a friend's. My dad would never splurge on an extravagance like a lake cottage. And I remember going to see the Tim Burton Batman movie at the like old timey like big movie house, like not a modern multiplex, but like
a big grand show house, like a movie palace.
exactly. And I remember seeing Batman there, and it had like imprinted in my memory that feeling and the excitement of going to the movies. And
You were like Nicole Kidman in that moment.
exactly. Heartbreak from seeing the jokester finally meet his end felt good in a place like that. Do you guys have any fond memories of going to the movies? Obviously, I know Ellie's going to say seeing Jurassic Park like 10 times in the summer of
I
93.
saw it 2 days in a row. I saw it I went to an 11:30 screening the night before it officially opened, and then I went to see it after school the next day. So yeah, that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Can if childhood Elliot, who had seen Jurassic Park 2 days in a row, found out that older Elliot does not have time to see Jurassic Park 2 days in a row, how upset would young Elliot
He'd be very upset. There's a lot of things that young Elliot would be excited that older Elliot is doing, and a lot of things that he'd be disappointed older Elliot is not doing. But younger Elliot also just would see anything in theaters. I also saw Robin Hood Men in Tights 2 days in a row, twice.
Hell
so,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like I had a lot of time on my hands to go to see movies. So
I remember seeing Last of the Mohicans twice in the same day.
oh wow.
I went to
wow.
like a birthday party in the like early part of the day, which is a kind of a weird birthday party.
Yes.
And then being like, this movie fucking rocks. I need to see that shit again. And I just went again at night.
Since it was brought up, I have a specific Men in Tights memory, which is that
Oh,
this is Dan's regular segment, Men in Tights Memories.
it's often a little disturbing, but this is a good memory, which is my church youth group did a thing one time where they're like, we're going to do a marathon of movies in the
We
theater.
want you to learn about Judaism, so we're going to go see Robin Hood Men in Tights.
We're going to time it out. So, like we can go from movie to movie to movie, and we'll see 3 in a row in the theater, which is like Christmas for me because we never saw movies when I was growing up.
Let me interject. That's the kind of thing my family would do a fair amount, is my mom would do that, would time it. So we would see 2 or 3 movies in one day. We just spend the day at the movies. But she would pay for tickets for each, whereas my dad was the kind of guy who, there was a multiplex near us eventually, and he would, as a movie was ending, he would sneak out and go to the other theaters to see what was starting and scout ahead. And I remember going to see A Simple Plan with him, and he snuck back into the theater and goes, A Bug's Life is just about to start. Let's go see that. And I was like, I don't know. That might be too much tonal juxtaposition for me. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to, because you said that, I'm going to take a break from this anecdote and go to another brief interstitial anecdote, which is like...
This is a regular Dan McCoy segment called Auxiliary Anecdote, where he interrupts one anecdote for another, yeah.
No, it's just my family, my parents, when I was growing up, were never going to spend the money or the time on taking us out to the movies.
They got 3 rowdy boys.
Yeah, although both...
Didn't you guys used to wrestle under the name the Rowdy Boys?
Yeah.
I mean, Rowdy Boy McCoys.
My brothers are 10 and 13 years older than me, so they were gone most of my youth. But, you know, by that time, I don't know, they just got into, like, we're not going to take people out for movies. But the one time that I would get to see movies is because I was a movie mad youth as I am a movie mad adult. I would, for my birthday, and I had a summer birthday, I would want my, like, party to be like, hey, let's all go out and see a movie. Like my friends, you know, a few of my friends and I would go out and see. So I saw Gremlins 2, The New Batch on my birthday.
That's a party.
I saw What About Bob? I saw Maverick. These are all movies that I remember associated with.
That rocks.
But that was, you know, a special treat. We normally would not see movies, but I remember this youth group thing where it was we saw first Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Solid.
Followed by The Fugitive.
Great.
Followed by So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Has its charms.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great.
I mean, it's the weakest of the 3.
I would go with Men in Tights personally. I don't think that's I don't know. It's fine. It was fun. But
Elliot, you're talking about a movie Elliot saw twice.
I feel like if Mel Brooks's other better movies did not exist, people would have lost their shit over Men in Tights. But I feel like,
maybe.
But in a world with Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, Men in Tights is a lesser work, certainly.
But it's funny to me that like
and Spaceballs.
Every day
Spaceballs, I don't know so much.
Every day I do the box office game online, inspired by our friends over at Blank Check. There's an online version of the box office game where you try and remember what was on specific weekends at the box office. And whenever I reveal The Fugitive, and this has happened a few times, I immediately try and blind guess Men in Tights and So I Married an Axe Murderer because I know for a fact I saw them at the same time, and this strategy has never paid off. I always lose points. I guess they were in and out of the theater so much faster than The Fugitive that I have to get the exact right weekend.
The Dan McCoy technique doesn't always pay off.
Does not work.
But he never stops. That's persistence. You know, they say insanity is not doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yeah.
Now, I have a follow-up question. When you you did bring up What About Bob, and I think my favorite thing about What About Bob is going to see it and being like, this is great. I love this movie. This Bill Murray guy's great. He's from Ghostbusters. And coming home to tell my parents about it. And my mom was like, don't talk about it. Your dad hates Richard Dreyfuss. And I'm like, okay. And at the time, I'm like, why? But now I'm like, oh, it's because he's an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, it's a policy that makes more sense now.
That was during the time, had your dad had a lot of personal encounters with Richard Dreyfuss?
No, he just hated him he probably played like a bad guy in a movie. It's like my parents both hate Paul Reiser because of Aliens.
That's so funny.
Have you explained the difference between a character and an actor to them yet?
I was a child at the time. Okay. I didn't even understand it.
But also to hate Paul Reiser for a role that is such an outlier in the rest of his acting career is really funny to me. But so What About Bob came out during the period when my dad most looked like Richard Dreyfuss. And the joke that we had in our family was that you couldn't tell my dad and Richard Dreyfuss apart. And for his birthday that year, my sister made it was for a family project. We had a family project.
Did he ever use that to pull off a heist?
No, unfortunately, no. Or if he did, I didn't see any of the money. But we had a family project, and my sister did a thing about how my dad looks like Richard Dreyfuss, and she just cut the faces of Richard Dreyfuss from the back of the What About Bob VHS box out and was like, can you tell the difference between my dad and Richard Dreyfuss? And people were like, I think your dad, that's him, right? Like they really thought he was one of them. But that for my dad's 70th birthday, I made a PowerPoint for him, and a big chunk of it was about his double life as Richard Dreyfuss in the 1970s and 80s. I was like, you don't see Richard Dreyfuss in movies that much anymore. Well, my dad's been pretty busy, but anyway, so I can't help thinking about What About Bob without thinking about my dad too.
Now, talking about going to the movies, I remember, Dan, your family with 3 boys, and maybe maybe that factored into your parents not wanting to take you all out to movies.
Expensive, yeah.
I remember my close friend, who I'm sure I've mentioned on the podcast before, who was also my college roommate, Casey Crow, was the eldest of 4 brothers. And anytime I would go with them to the movies, their mother would pack. Everybody would like pre-pop popcorn for everyone, and we would sneak our own popcorn in, which was not something my family did. And I think part of it is because, you got to feed 4 hungry boys plus a Stuart, and I was a hungry boy back then. That's 5 boys. Did you guys sneak? Like Elliot mentioned, sneaking into other movies or buying a ticket to other movies. Did you bring in your outside snacks? There's no cops are going to drag you away.
I think the statute of limitations is over, yeah.
I don't recall ever doing it. We definitely would never buy snacks because that would be too expensive, but I don't remember us either sneaking them in because we're a family of rule followers and that would not be allowed.
We were the opposite. We were a family of criminals and gonifs. And so almost every movie, my dad would be like, pop a bag of popcorn, put it under your coat. And I would say, can I have a soda? And he goes, I already brought some soda. And he'd pull out like a warm Diet Coke in a can. And be like, great. Once we wanted candy.
There's a bag in my pants.
He goes, it's okay. I brought some candy from a meeting I had earlier today. And he had like a couple warm Dove chocolates that they must have had in a bowl in whatever place he was pitching a marketing campaign to. So we were very much a sneak your food into the theater type of family. Or he'd take us to the drugs.
This is like a Paul Giamatti character in the story of Elliot's life.
I guess so. He'd take us to a drugstore ahead of time so we could get bigger candy bars for less money than the ones at the movie theater. And he'd always be like, see, look at the price difference. You shouldn't have to pay that much to the theater. You just pick something up ahead of time. And the way I've responded to this is that whenever I take my boys to the movie theater, we always buy the biggest possible popcorn. It's like, take that, Dad. I'm going to spend the money you wouldn't spend. And then we eat too much and our tummies hurt.
Yeah, you get a Galactus popcorn carrier that you have to, get shipped back to your home.
That's the thing. I never splurge for the collectible bucket, but more just because I know it's going to just hang around my house until eventually my wife throws it out. Like it's not going to get put on a shelf as a trophy or anything like that.
It's not going to be one of those things that like 10 years from now, your sons are going to be like, I found this thing. It's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
I remember
you see this popcorn bucket. It's got these weird spines on it. You could put your penis into it. Oh, that's a Dune popcorn bucket. Don't put your penis in that.
I had saved one of these recent Ghostbusters cups to give to Elliot. And then I said, oh, sorry, I forgot. I'd saved this cup. And he's like, that's fine. I don't want it. It would just junk up the house.
We can't already. We have too many cups for our cupboard. Our cupboard is overflowing with cups,
You might as well just throw out some of those cups and keep the one Dan gave you, but that's my 2 cents.
That was Stuart's interstitial segment.
Yeah, it's called My 2 Cents. It's always a surprise segment. He doesn't announce it till after he's already done it. Yeah.
So we've talked a little bit about nostalgia, and I feel like when we talk about some of these big movies, I feel like nostalgia is going to play a large part. Nostalgia and sequels and the Disney company. But I have compiled a list using the internet of the number one summer movie of each year of the last 24-ish years. I did put the criteria that this is movies that came out between Memorial Day to Labor Day, right? So not including the like summer kickoff movie, which in many cases was a bigger release than the big summer movies of these years. I'll give you an opportunity to guess some of these. We're gonna start way back in 2001, and we'll do a couple of those, maybe, and then jump forward. So can you guys guess at what the number, like the big? This is just in terms of box office performance, the number one summer movie of 2001 is.
You're starting exactly at the point where like my memory of these things starts falling off because it was much more important to me in childhood or like looms larger in my memory than like when I started actually going to the movies more often myself. But.
You were having sex by that point, Dan. So you had other things on your mind then.
In 2001?
Well, maybe not 2001, but certainly by 2014.
Excuse me. Yes, I was. Thank you.
Okay, if you say so, but
I mean, there's
I'm like,
Dan, you haven't provided any proof, so we'll just have to take your word for it.
I need to see some
I
receipts
think that
here.
kicked off in 97, if I recall correctly. But,
Cool. Okay, well, let's check the tape.
You were taping me?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, you want to give a guess, or do
2001.
you just want me to blow your minds?
Yeah, blow my mind,
Blow
Stuart.
on, yeah, give us our big mind blow.
This is a sequel, and it stars a beloved longtime action star and a somewhat beloved comedy performer.
I see. I think we need. Yeah,
We need some information. Well, I know it's not Judge Dredd, which
Nope.
stars Sylvester Stallone
Is
and Rob
it-
Schneider.
It's not Speed 2 Cruise Control.
No, but you are very close to the both theme of the title and the sequel number.
So close to 2, or is it 2?
Is that giving away too much? I guess I'll say too much is correct. It is 2, yeah. So it's
Okay.
the second movie.
Let's see.
2001.
But you were close with Speed.
It's not The Matrix, right? Because there's no comedian in that.
Nope. I'm going to jump right in here, guys.
Yeah.
We're talking Rush Hour 2
Oh,
was the
yeah.
big summer movie.
Honestly, I have forgotten the Rush Hour franchise, and that is on me. They were huge movies. I saw them in the theaters. If you asked me
Yeah.
to name action comedies of the early 2000s, I think I would have forgotten the Rush Hour movies. Yeah.
And in fact, if you are to stream
I would remember
them,
Shanghai Nights possibly over, and Shanghai Noon over Rush Hour, if only because the titles are more memorable.
I think I don't know if it's both, but I can't remember which streaming platform has the rights right now. But before the movie, there's a disclaimer about like, hey, there's some jokes in here that are fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, because there are.
Yeah, there are.
Having, I think recently rewatched them for, I don't know, reasons, because they were on.
As an entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for entertainment reasons. The summer kickoff movie, the big summer kickoff movie, of course, Dan's favorite animated movie of all time. That's right, Shrek. Shrek crushed it. Yeah,
That was the biggest movie of the year, I think, right?
Yep.
Shrek?
No, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was the biggest movie of the year.
right,
but
right. But Shrek must have been number 2, right?
Yes, number 2, followed by Monsters, Inc., and then Rush Hour 2, and then the other big summer movie, this is a pre-summer movie, The Mummy Returns.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He did
so
do that. He did return.
He's back again.
Let's jump
Don't
over.
let him in.
Let's
Oh,
jump
man,
to the
mummies.
next year. We got 2002. Of course, the big summer kickoff movie. We had 2 huge summer kickoff
Well, that's the year.
movies.
That's the summer of Spider-Man, right? That first
That is the
open wire
summer of
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Early May, we have Spider-Man, followed closely by Attack of the Clones.
Oh.
But the big summer release, like actually in summer release, is an outlier. This is also Walt Disney Studios. It is
is a movie with some P-Rats in it?
no.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's close. You're close.
okay.
It is it is a director who has been featured on the Flophouse multiple times.
Okay,
Ooh,
Neil
boy.
Breen. So what movie did Neil Breen make for the Disney Studios?
Yeah.
There's been so many repeat offenders.
Is it a Robert Zemeckis movie?
No, there is aliens in it.
They're alien. Is it?
And this was a movie that did well.
It was the number 4 movie of the year and the biggest movie in the actual summertime.
Oh, wow.
2002. Oh,
Guys,
Is
you're
it-
not reading The Signs.
oh yeah.
It was Signs, baby.
Signs, yeah.
That was a huge movie.
And I forget how big that movie was.
But also, obviously, as you said, yeah, the summer kickoff movies were huge between
It's hard- I mean,
Spider-Man
in-
and Attack of the Clones.
In a year where Spider-Man and Attack of the Clones came out, it's hard to remember that Signs also did well. Yeah.
And also, I feel like there was probably, with those 2 movies coming out, there was a little bit of like, whoa, okay, let's push some shit.
Yes, I think you're exactly
But it
right.
is kind of interesting that this is Disney's first entry in the list, where they will be dominating basically the rest of the next 25
Yeah, I would
years.
not have known that was a Disney picture.
The number
Even though Mickey
5,
Mouse is in it?
the number 5 movie of that year, which was also a spring release from IFC Films, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Huge
Oh,
hit.
yeah.
Huge
Huge
hit.
hit.
Huge hit.
Yeah, just
For good reason.
sustained for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, let's go to 2003. And yep, we got a double dose of delicious Disney action.
Oh, wow.
Elliot was already on board with one. Can you guess the other one? Also aquatic.
Okay, so we know the first one was P of the Sea, C of the BP.
The number 2 movie of the year.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So is it Finding Nemo?
It is Finding Nemo.
Oh,
that's
good
a
one,
double
Dan.
man. That's a big summer for Disney.
For the ocean.
Yeah, they beat out
The ocean
Matrix.
was huge back then. Huge.
They beat out The Matrix Reloaded.
Uh-huh.
They beat out Return of the King. They beat out Bruce Almighty, Dan. He is almighty, except on this list.
He literally has the power of a god, but not the power to rule the box office.
And X2, X-Men United.
Oh, yeah. A movie that, despite even seeing it in the very front row and having to crane my neck up, didn't spoil it for me. I still enjoyed it very much.
Shocked to say that though this did not, this movie was obviously in the shadow of those first two. Bad Boys 2 gave a pretty good representation in the summer at number 10.
It's hard for a movie like Bad Boys 2 to match the box office of a movie like Finding Nemo because there's a large segment of the movie-going population that is not going to Bad Boys 2.
Because they don't want to see 2 rat puppets having sex, Elliot?
Exactly. That's
in my memory, Bad Boys 2 came out so much later than X2. This is... It's not interesting. It just always boggles my mind the way
Is this something you think about a lot? Is the order of the X-Men and Bad Boys movies?
Yeah. Now, in relation to one another, where were they? Where do the matrices intertwine?
Hi, is this Archer?
Yes, hello, who is this?
Hi, this is Tom Lum from Let's Learn Everything. I'm calling about your Maximum Fun membership's extended warranty. Do you have a few seconds to talk about that?
I think I have to go.
No. Oh, no. They're going to be so mad at me.
Okay, fine.
Did you know that as a part of your Max Fun membership's extended warranty, you've been picked as the member of the month, which is wild. And we're so excited to have you.
It's so exciting. Thank you.
So as our member of the month, you will also be getting a $25 gift card to the Maximum Fun store, a special member of the month bumper sticker, a special priority parking spot at Max Fun HQ in Los Angeles, California, just for you. Also, I have to read this. It says, we at Maximum Fun apologize you ended up with the worst host of the 3, and as consolation, you'll be getting those. Why is that included? I don't remember that being there for the other.
It's okay, I can settle, it's fine.
Max Fun members are the best.
Become a Max Fun member now at MaximumFun.org/join.
Say you like video games, and who doesn't?
I mean, some people probably don't.
Okay, but a lot of people do. So say you're one of those people, and you feel like you don't really have anyone to talk to about the games that you like.
Well, you should get some better friends.
Okay, yes, you could get some better friends, but you could also listen to Triple Click, a weekly podcast about video games hosted by me, Kirk Hamilton.
Me, Maddie Myers.
And me, Jason Schreier. We talk about new releases, old classics, industry news, and whatever, really.
We'll show you new things to love about games, and maybe even help you find new friends to talk to about them.
Triple Click. It's kind of like we're your friends. Find us at MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
A quick live show plug. The Flophouse is coming to Chicago on November 16 at 7 p.m. We will be at Sleeping Village in the Avondale neighborhood of Chicago with our usual shenanigans of some comedy presentations, followed by discussion of the 1990 comedy Taking Care of Business, starring Chicago's own Jim Belushi. If you've never seen us in person, since we've tended to mostly do shows on the coasts, now is your chance. So go to tinyurl.com//ChicagoFlop to get your tickets now. That's tinyurl.com/ChicagoFlop, and that'll redirect you to where you can buy some tickets.
2004, the big summer movie ends up at number 2 in the list because the summer was already kicked off by a little movie called Shrek 2. Do you know what
Shrek.
Yeah, more Shrek. But the big summer movie
Too
was
Shrek, Too Furious. Yeah.
The big summer movie was also a sequel of a movie we've already talked about.
Already talked about.
2004, was that?
Another Pirates movie?
Nope.
That'd be the next year. That'd be pretty fast. Pretty fast.
Oh, well, I didn't remember.
It came out pretty quick.
It wasn't Spider-Man 2, right?
It is Spider-Man 2,
Spider-Man. Oh, okay.
still arguably the best superhero movie of all time.
Strong argument. Very strong argument for that.
It's great. And then number 3 movie that year came out in February. Unfortunately, we're talking Passion of the Christ.
We don't have to for long.
I mean, he's a superhero in his own way. Yeah.
In a way. And there were some other big movies, obviously. Harry Potter, The Incredibles came out in the fall. Day After Tomorrow was a big, that was the big Memorial Day release. A movie I still have never seen. That's
You've never seen The Day After Tomorrow?
I've also never seen The Day After Tomorrow. Are we missing out, Dan?
I mean, it is one of my favorite dumb disaster movies. Like, it is.
Is that Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, it is really silly. Like, there's a scene where he like outruns cold as it goes down the hall.
That's the scene I've heard about. But I feel like after Moonfall, there's such a high bar for silly, dumb disaster movies.
Well, this one has less, sucking Elon Musk's dick in it. So
fair.
That's an advantage.
Oh, man. A unpleasant image conjured by Dan's words. Okay, we got 2005 here, folks. And our big summer movie. This one is not a sequel. It's an outlier. Most of these are going to be sequels. And this is from Paramount Pictures. It does star one of the last remaining movie stars. And it does have let's say, a notable director who knows a thing or two about blockbusters.
So let's start. Wait, from the beginning. It is a sequel or not a sequel?
Not a sequel.
Not a sequel. Has an old school movie star in it.
Is it a Tom Hanks picture?
No, but you have one of the names correct.
Is it a Tom Cruise picture?
Okay. Geez, what did he make that wasn't a sequel in this?
Does he make movies that aren't sequels? War of the Worlds.
It's War of the Worlds, guys. Number 3 movie of that year.
That's a great
Have
movie.
you seen it? It's good, right?
If
I
haven't
anything
seen
sound design wise, it's incredible.
Great. I haven't seen it since it was in the theaters, but I remember 2 things about seeing it. If I remember correctly, I went with our friend of the show. She's never been on the show, but friend of 2 of us, Lauren Sarver. And I remember both getting really pissed that someone in front of me spilled their soda and it got all over my backpack, which was on the floor. But also watching it in New York only a few years after September 11th, I was like, this movie is really capturing how scary it felt to be in a place that's under attack on a certain day. That's a scary movie. Like, I was just amazed that War of the Worlds is a genuinely scary movie, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
So, it's really good. The ending is silly. The ending is very silly, where he manages to find the one place that the aliens didn't bother to go and everyone's fine. But,
Now, most of this list in 2005, this is the top movies of the year. It's filled with your regular franchise stuff, sequels, etc. But then at number 5, we get one of the last big theatrical comedy successes, Dan's favorite movie, Wedding Crashers. This was like that heyday of the big screen.
Yeah. And I did find that movie very funny at the time, but I think it probably has not aged particularly well.
You especially liked that John McCain was appearing in a movie, right?
That's right. Finally. Let's get that charisma on the big screen.
I mean, I think it succeeds in large part to the charisma of John McCain and also Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 2005. Let's go to 2006, guys. We'll jump ahead in a second. We got this is another big double whammy for Disney. The top 2 movies, and also it bears a fair amount of resemblance to a couple of years ago where they had the top 2, where one's an animated and one is not animated. Can you guess what those 2 movies were?
Is one of them a Pirates of the Caribbean sequel?
You're correct. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Dead Man's Chest. I cannot remember what order they go in.
Arguably a high watermark in digital animation.
Oh, is that the one with Davy Jones? And
yes.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
That's still amazing. Yeah.
And Stellan Skarsgård insisting on being in full prosthetics instead of being a digital character. And he's the only one.
Is the other one a Toy Story sequel?
Nope.
But is it a sequel or not a sequel?
Not a sequel.
Oh, I thought you said the other one was an animated sequel. Sorry.
It's an animated film.
Animated film from Disney. Huge hit. Show me
Ratatouille?
Pocahontas.
Guys, Elliot, I hope your family doesn't listen to this podcast because it's Cars.
Oh, yeah. I will say my boys are not as enamored of the Cars series as they once were. They used to be obsessed with it at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad. It's too bad they've given up
Yeah.
on cars and
We'll
trucks
send
and
you a
whatnot.
condolence card.
A condolence car.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
they found other things that I don't enjoy that much that they can put their interest into.
Like sports.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for the older one, yeah, very much so. Yeah.
we are going to. I would say we're going to jump ahead to 2020.
Okay.
But we can't because there was no summer releases. I guess like 1917. I don't know what.
Oh, right.
What would have been the big 2020 summer?
I remember
release.
that year.
That was a bad year. I don't know. I think we
Tenet
collectively forgot. Tenet was in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Tenet was that was the movie that was supposed to bring back people, right?
Yeah.
Or was it the last one before it shut down? I can't remember.
No, it was like one of the first ones that you could see in theaters if you were
September 3rd.
going to risk doing so.
I eventually saw it later.
Yeah.
Tenet, because I did not see it in theaters at the time, and for a while it was the gaping missing piece in the Christopher Nolan filmography that I had not seen, and I finally saw it, and I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't risk death to see this movie in the theaters.
Yeah. I will say I saw it. Like it went pretty quickly to HBO because for obvious reasons. I saw it on HBO. I'm like, no, thank you, Christopher Nolan. You've gone too far for me this time. And then I did actually see the re-release when they put it back into theaters because
I bet it's better in a theater.
It's so much better. I really actually did enjoy it in that context while still being like, yeah, people are right. This is better the less you think about it. But on a sheer weird spectacle, it was enjoyable.
I like it a lot. It's grown on me quite a bit. When I first watched it, I think we rented it. And that was the day where Charlene and I had been working so much. And we're like, you know what? Let's just take a day, watch this dumb big movie that Stuart's been wanting to watch, and we will we'll put our phones in the other room and we'll actually just watch a movie. And unfortunately, that day was January 6th.
Oh, wow.
And so it was a complicated day. So it kind of tweaked my opinion of Tenet. I do love every time I watch it. Few lines in a big action movie have made me laugh as hard as when they're describing the consequences of what could happen if they keep messing around with all this time crap. And they're like, it could just cause, I don't know, the complete destruction of the universe. And Elizabeth Debicki's like, including my son. It's so fucking funny.
By the way, I do think that the movie should have been called Time Crap.
I know.
That would have been better, yeah. But it's not a palindrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the top movies of 2020 were Bad Boys for Life.
Okay.
Finally on top, even though Bad Boys 2 couldn't cut it. And even though that was, I would say, the high watermark of the franchise.
No, there are no family movies stealing that money pie from Bad Boys.
1917, and then Sonic the Hedgehog and Jumanji: The Next Level. And Rise of Skywalker's in here too, unfortunately. Birds of Prey is number 6. Doolittle.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Birds of Prey did that well.
Yeah. Little
I like
Women.
that movie.
Little Women did pretty well.
Unfortunately, any movie that stars women has to make 700 times its budget in order to be considered a success. So that's why they didn't make any more of those. Yeah.
So looking through this list, there's a ton of franchise things and there's a ton of sequels. We do have an outlier in 2023. I feel like you guys should be able to guess this pretty easily. Do you know what the biggest summer blockbuster success was of 2023?
It was 2 years ago. What do I remember from then?
Oh, yeah.
You know this, guys. I feel like...
And it's not a sequel?
It's not a sequel.
So it's not
was
Avatar.
that when Barbie came out?
It's Barbie.
Oh, Barbie, right.
Barbie, huge movie.
That's
and
enormous.
Now that you guys are screenwriters, I'm sure you know that all you have to do is pitch auteur-driven versions of, I don't know, products. Movies based on products.
I'm a screenwriter?
Yeah, you're a screenwriter. I've read
you don't need to be paid to be a screenwriter. You just have to call yourself a screenwriter.
Yeah, I'm aspiring. Yeah.
No, you're not aspiring. You're a screenwriter. I don't know what what aspirer does.
Aspiring?
Yeah, that's what the Madam Web screenwriter calls themselves.
So you're saying so all you need you can have a big hit based on that's an original non-franchise movie as long as it is based on a pre-existing IP that everybody already knows about. Yeah.
That also was tied in with some fairly successful viral marketing.
Yeah. Oh, they did a great job marketing that.
Yeah, and then the rest of this, well, like just glancing through these, we got, there's a couple of Transformers movies on here, 1 and 2, The Dark Knight Rises, Despicable Me 2. Have you watched? I haven't watched a single Despicable Me related thing.
I watched the first one.
Those are the movies that my kids, they love the Minions. They like the Gru-based Despicable Me ones well enough. I've seen some of the first one, and I've seen the sequels that I took the boys to go see. But they're now at the place where if we let them pick the music we're going to listen to in the car, they want to hear the Minions versions of other songs. Which
this Minions Bop? What is this called?
I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's like it's just them saying the word banana or whatever to the tune of other songs.
I feel like you probably listen to comedy cassette tapes that were not too far from that.
Yeah,
when
that's
were
probably
a kid.
pretty true.
What songs, like Perfect Day by Lou Reed, or
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Yeah, Comfortably Numb,
Layla.
Cocaine. Yeah. A lot of Captain Beefheart. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of these I haven't actually seen. Jurassic World's on here. I never actually got around to seeing that one.
Well, I will damn it with a faint praise that of the world movies, it's the best one.
Okay, did you see the most recent?
That's pretty high praise because almost all movies take place in this world.
Yeah, thanks. I did not see the most recent one. I'm amazed at how little interest I have.
We got Finding Dory is on the list. I haven't seen that one. I'm assuming it's underwater.
I really liked Finding Dory, but I may have mentioned this on the podcast before. I can't remember. I found it very meaningful to me because I saw it sort of shortly after my divorce and felt like, it's a movie about someone who feels like, like they can't survive out in the world alone, striking out on their own and learning that they can figure out how to make it work. And so I found it meaningful in a personal way that hit me surprisingly hard.
So it's almost like Finding Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now I was here all along.
And then there's a bunch of other stuff
it's I've got to find Danny, and then you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, Dan, I was here all along.
There he is.
Is that what happens in Finding Dory? Don't spoil it. Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Shut up. We got Wonder Woman for 2017.
I never finished watching Wonder Woman. Should I finish it at any point?
Danny Houston's the bad guy.
I saw some of the Danny Houston stuff, but I kind of got halfway through it.
David Thewlis is the other bad guy.
I feel like the very end of it is kind of the weakest part, so you probably saw.
I do love that they're like, we're going to put David Thewlis in here as just a guy, and I'm like, no, he's not just a guy.
That's never going to happen. What is this, the island of Dr. Moreau? The only way he's just a guy is if he's surrounded by hyena men.
Incredibles 2.
It's a fun movie.
It's a fun one.
It's all right.
Dan, you said you had opinions about the mom's butt.
Not that I would put in a sort of a national magazine.
Yeah, I'm assuming its success was due to what? Rex Reed? Who wrote that?
Anthony Lane.
Anthony Lane, sorry.
Horny on Main, Anthony Lane.
2019, we had, and I think this ties in with a recent Flophouse movie, The Lion King. This is the digital remake.
A movie I utterly forget exists. I talked about the box office game earlier. That's one of those ones where I'm like, oh, yeah, when it shows up as a huge movie.
2021, we got Black Widow. I think everyone's like, just give me a Marvel or something after 2020 had nothing. And then 2022.
I'm surprised that 2021 was they're saying that was the highest grossing movie of the summer, Black Widow?
Of the summer.
Because that was the movie that literally Scarlett Johansson sued Disney saying, this movie should have made more money, but you released it on Disney Plus at the same time it went out in theaters.
Yeah, but it was just, that was a particularly another bad year of the box office. But luckily, 2022, it was saved. Movies are back, baby. Can you guys guess what the big movie of the summer was? 2022. Movies are back. You got to go to the theater for this.
Give us a hint. You got to give us something.
Well, it stars a bona fide movie star.
Is it Top Gun Maverick?
It is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh yeah.
And then we're going to close this out. 2024 was another Pixar sequel, Inside Out 2, another movie I have not seen.
Yeah.
Should I?
Even further inside out.
Inside or outer. It's called. It's all right.
Nah, I mean, like, it's fine. I don't know. Like, as someone who respects the original Inside Out more than I actually think it's one of the top Pixar movies, like, this one is hitting the same beats. Like the Pixar movie from recent years that I really loved was Turning Red, which, of course,
It's great.
just got dumped to Disney Plus.
But it's great.
Yeah.
Still some
Inside-
of the best original like fake pop songs in a movie are
Yes.
the Four Town or Five Town? What is it? Four Town with five guys?
In Inside Out 2, if you like Inside Out, you will get more of that in Inside
Okay.
Out 2.
Yeah.
But the highest praise I've heard about it really was from my older son when we went to see it, where afterwards he said, there was a lot more hockey in that movie than I expected. I like that.
I feel like looking through this list, it looks like obviously one of the big things is that I seem to care less about the big summer movies than I used to, whether it's the quality or that my life is different and I'm a grown-up man.
I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think there's
yeah.
something less. We have much more important things to think about, so it's harder to use as much brain space on summer movies. But also, like, just looking back at, I mean, there were plenty of sequels in what you started talking about back then, but there was still like a lot more kind of like different things going on. The fact that I'm not the biggest fan of My Big Fat Greek Wedding particularly, but the fact that that was like a huge hit movie, just knowing, it's like, that's exciting to me that like, that's not, I mean, eventually they turned that into a franchise too, but like, it's such a different thing than, as much as I have heard good things about Superman and Fantastic Four, I haven't seen them yet. Like, it's the same. It's more of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as much as when we were growing up, the critics would decry, like, oh, big blockbuster, empty
It
culture.
stinks.
Like, it was the golden age for that kind of, like, the summer movie season. Like, you could, like, map out, like, oh, these 3 big releases are on the same weekend, and then that's going to happen and keep happening through the...
You'd pull up your Entertainment Weekly
Exactly.
and they'd have
You'd
like
circle things that you wanted to see.
You get your Entertainment Weekly VHS tape of the trailers for the big summer releases, and you watch it over and over again. Yeah.
But now, it's like, it's mostly superhero films or animated children
Impossible.
things, like the same IP over and over again.
Highlander
and fewer.
reduced.
Yeah. Is that a big thing?
I mean, they are doing a new Highlander movie
Okay.
with Henry Cavill, I think.
Nice.
Who's he
they're
going to
like-
play in it?
I think he's going to play, I don't know, probably Connor McLeod,
Okay.
Duncan McLeod. I can't remember which McLeod.
Scott McLeod, the author of
Scott
of
McLeod.
Understanding Comics.
He's
Yeah. Okay, so that was kind of it. Do you guys have any parting comments or thoughts about the summer movie season?
I mean, I do.
Do you have any favorites from this summer, Dan?
This summer, I mean, I guess in
You've
terms
seen every
of
movie, Dan, so don't pretend you don't know what they are.
No, I'm in terms of like the traditional blockbuster type of thing. Superman delivered for me.
Superman's great, yeah. And Fantastic Four, you see that one?
Yeah, that was fine. It suffers from like late period Marvel sort of not being that exciting, but it's fine.
I think here's something that I don't get the same rush about summer movies as I used to, but I think it's partly more from growing up in the summer, not meaning what it used to me. When you're a kid, and even when you're in college still, the summer is like a different, substantially distinct part of the year that is special. It's different. It feels like your responsibilities are less. You have more time to have fun. And now as an adult, I don't know if you guys feel the same way. It just feels like the whole year is just one slurry. Like it's August 1st and it still kind of feels like it's April. And when soon it's going to be November, and it's just going to be all the same shit for 365 days. And then it's not even 2026 is just going to feel like 2025 just kind of like slopped over into another number. So maybe that's what I miss more is like the feeling of time being split up into discrete, different, interesting sections.
You miss the
yeah,
feeling
and
of hope. And
and there's
Well, that
there's
too.
exciting things to look forward to.
Yeah.
It hadn't been beaten out of you. Yeah,
It's too, when we were, I feel like maybe this was just being young, but maybe it's a cultural thing. I feel like when the summer came, it was like, ooh, exciting. Or when a new year started, ooh, what's going to happen? And now I just feel like it's oh boy, here's more time for something bad to happen,
Yep.
So
continues the cavalcade of miseries that we're subjected to.
So did I manage to end the episode on a high note?
I love it. So
succeed in that?
we've been talking about summer movie memories. And if you're listening, why don't you head over to the Flophouse Instagram account, and on the post for this episode, why don't you throw in one of your favorite memories into the comments, and I will try and read it on a future episode. My favorites, not all of them, just my favorites.
And then we don't get any, and you're like, correction, I will now read all of them. All of them will be read.
And if we get none, I'll just make something up. Probably about farting in a movie theater and everybody barfing over it or something, right? That's good. That's a good story. Nobody can steal that. TM.
Yeah.
I just wrote that. Okay. Yeah, just wrote that. Okay. So this is
Let's see AI come up with something that good.
This has been a mini episode of the Flophouse podcast. We are produced by Alexander Smith under the moniker Howell Doughty. You can find him on Twitch. You can find him on Bandcamp. You can find him on probably Blue Sky and on Instagram. He's the best in the biz. Hire him for your podcast, maybe. Or just support him in whatever ways you can. We're also on the Maximum Fun Podcast Network. There's tons of great shows there. That's how you can support us, and you can support other cool community-owned podcasting networks, worker-owned podcasting networks, collectives. Okay, I've been rambling too much. I've been Stuart Wellington for the Flophouse.
I've been Dan McCoy.
And I've been Elliot Kalin.
Okay, see ya.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported
directly
by you.